Hi students. Let's complete what we started with yesterday. Yesterday we had the reading lesson. So we are just going to go back and revise the basic topic, which is, of course, an out of this world vacation, which is within the unit that we have here, what will they think of next? And we talked about the plan in the future for space projects for tourists, tourism projects. Now, the questions that I told you just to think about, which are related, of course, to the reading. The first one we have, does space tourism exist now? So we mentioned a famous tourist that went there actually, and other tourists. So which means that our answer here will be yes, it does. We have the second one, will space tourism become common in the future? In the author's opinion, so he was excited about a lot of projects and things that were done, and they will be also done in the future. So yes, there will be, in his opinion. And the last question we have here, what will space tourists do for fun? Now, there were a lot of activities that he mentioned at the end. He mentioned, for example, walking on the moon, looking at the stars, planets, aerobatic activities, because of course there's no gravity, which will help it to be something fun. So we have here a map in general for the basic points that the author mentioned in his article. So here, an out of this world vacation, it was about investing and developing in general in outer space. So the first thing that he discussed or wrote about was a lucrative industry and the cost in general. He mentioned something about wealthy people. Now, for the time being, they are able to go. And in the future, we have here lower launch costs for the ordinary or the common people to get a chance to go also. And we have the second part after that. It was about building hotels in general, the project. And then he mentioned one specific project, which is the Hilton project. And at the end, he talked about or wrote about, he or she, the space tourist activities that can be done. So very simple mapping for the whole reading that we took yesterday. Okay, after that, the future. Now, the whole topic, and we are about to close our unit, it was about things that can be planned for the future or things that were predicted before, okay, and they are happening now or maybe not. So there were a lot of things that were discussed within the unit. We have here the first thing. We can say that there was a discussion about people and language and how it would change. Of course, it was a prediction, an old prediction for our time being. Also, there was something else about, yes, transportation and traffic, and how also it can be something changing. We have also, there was a mention for media, communication and delivery in general. And also there was something about electronic changes in the conversation and the listening part. Now, do you remember when we talked about the ebook, the conversation that there was about the ordinary book or the normal book and the ebook between a boy and his grandmother. And also there was in the listening a mention for the newspaper and the comparison between three types of newspapers. So all of these things, we took them, and yesterday we had a very interesting lesson about space projects. But now our lesson today is something that is about the future, but it is different. It is more personal for us. We can say that we have something that is concerned about our future in our kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And of course, it is related to, yes, the vision. So the lesson, the writing lesson, will be inshallah about the Vision 2030, which is also a kind of relation to the future. And actually this shows that the future is not just about technology, it's not just about language or people. There are different ways or different types of discussions and visions for the future in general. And here we are going to talk about our own Saudi vision. Okay, now, our learning objectives are first to list Saudi achievements. So you can just now recall, and I am sure that you are doing it now. If you do not know it before, there are things that we normally just know about the things that are happening around us, which are of course related to the vision. We have here to state the importance of the 2030 vision. We all know that it is something important, but this time we are going to take a more specific look at it. And then we have here to scan for information and words, to outline the pillars and themes of the Saudi vision, choose the Saudi development and prepare to write about it, clarifying its impact, organize ideas to write a new essay. So we are going to deal with it in general, and here it is something that is related to us, so it will be interesting and it will be something that we can recall easily. Now, in your books, page number 42, there is a question here. We have here, how do you think the world will have changed by the year 2050? Okay, so a little bit more. We have here, think about cities. We can think about cities, about crops, about manufacturing, also about vehicles, trade, homes, and other buildings, which and measures to protect people from the environment factors such as possible radiation from nuclear power stations, etc. So with respect to our book and the thing that they have here in the mentioning, but we have here, there are a lot of things that also are for aims and goals in the future. So it's not just about this part. You can think about projects, planning in general. It depends on your personal view and what do you think about the future in general. So we have here, you don't have to be just attached to with one idea. You can think about a lot of ideas and you are going to write about them as well. Okay, we have here a second thing in the book. We have here, how do you think Saudi Arabia will change in the future? What progresses and developments will have been made by 2030 in different areas, such as we have here education, society, the economy, technology, cultures and infrastructure, etc. So this depends on your interests. What do you know? What do you have as a background about these matters? And they are all included in our Vision 2030. So you can choose whatever you want from these and you can just apply it to your personal writing. Okay, now page number 42, we have here, read the text and compare your ideas with the plans in the text. So you have your ideas actually, you have something that you know about 2030 and you are going to apply your ideas and compare with the ones that you have here in the book. So note that I'm going to give you a general look, a general point about 2030. And it is something interesting to know that there are specific pillars or themes that it may not have occurred to you before. So before we start with the part that you have here that you can read or listen to, we have here, these are the questions that I want you to put in mind. We have the first one, what are the three pillars of Saudi Arabia's vision for 2030? So there are three pillars, you have to look for them. We have also, what are the three themes around which the vision is being built? So there are three themes that are, that the vision is built around. Also, they are very clear, you will find them inshallah. Outline and discuss some important elements of these themes. And at the end, look at the use of active and passive voice in the text, which is used most often and why. So remember, like what we did in Unit 2, that we had a little bit a grammar part in it because it is the basic structure that is used within the writing text. So we have here, we're going to start. Yes, no, let's here. We have the Saudi Arabia Vision 2030. Okay. Now, just note before I start that we have here the same slide and the same questions, just a small part to remind you of the questions that you have.
All success stories start with a vision, and successful visions are based on strong pillars. By 2030, our vision for the country will have been implemented, providing greater opportunities for our people. The pillars on which we will build this vision are firstly, our status as the heart of the Arab and Islamic worlds, secondly, our determination to become a global investment powerhouse, and finally, the transformation of our unique strategic location into a global hub connecting 3 continents, Asia, Europe and Africa. All success. By 2030, our vision will have been developed into reality, built around 3 themes: a vibrant society, a thriving economy, and an ambitious nation. This first theme is vital to achieving the vision, and a strong foundation for economic prosperity. We recognize the importance of preserving our society and our sophisticated heritage in order to promote national unity and consolidate true Islamic and Arab values. By 2030, we will endeavor to strengthen, preserve, and highlight our national identity so that it can guide the lives of future generations. We will do so by keeping true to our national values and principles, as well as by encouraging social development and upholding the Arabic language. We will continue to work on the restoration of national, Arab, Islamic, and ancient cultural sites, and strive to make them accessible to everyone, and, in the process, create cultural events, and build world-class museums which will attract visitors from near and far. We will endeavor to strengthen. Our cities already enjoy high levels of security and development. Our citizens are safe, secure and healthy. We will continue to maintain this through supporting infrastructure development, providing high-quality services, and keeping our crime rates, already among the lowest in the world, very low. We will further continue to develop and provide meaningful recreation facilities to our citizens, and encourage the exchange of knowledge and cultural experiences through community clubs and pastimes. Our cities. In the second theme, a thriving economy provides opportunities for all by building an education system aligned with market needs and creating economic opportunities for entrepreneurs and small enterprises as well as the large corporations. Therefore, we will develop our investment tools to unlock our promising economic sectors, diversify our economy, and create job opportunities. We will also expand our economy and improve the quality of our services. In this, we will continue to support our already excellent education system to help young people gain the skills and training to enter the job market and find work. Our nation is ambitious in what we want to achieve. We will improve efficiency and take responsibility seriously at all levels. Our third theme is built on an effective, transparent, accountable, enabling and high-performing government. We will also prepare the right environment for our citizens, the private sector, and non-profit sector, to take their responsibilities and take the initiative in facing challenges and seizing opportunities. One of our responsibilities is towards not only the people of our country and our visitors, but also to the environment. By preserving our environment and natural resources, we fulfill our Islamic, human and moral duties. We will seek to safeguard our environment by increasing the efficiency of waste management. We will promote the optimal use of our water resources, and we will direct our efforts towards protecting and rehabilitating.
So we have here the article is adopted from the text of the vision programs and you have here the site. It is mentioned in your book. So if you are interested more, you can just go back to the site and you can learn more about the vision. Now here, this is what we have in general about our vision in the writing And now we are going to answer the questions that we have. Now, the first question was, what are the 3 pillars of Saudi Arabia's vision for 2030? And actually, this is something very interesting. Now we have here, we can say that 3 pillars are, firstly, our status as the heart of the Arab and Islamic worlds. Second, our determination to become a global investment powerhouse. Powerhouse is a very powerful word. And the third here, finally, the transformation of our unique strategic location into a global hub connecting the 3 continents, Asia, Europe, and Africa. So actually, we all know these information from before, these points, but we are not aware that these are the 3 pillars of the vision. After that, we have the question, what are the 3 themes around which the vision is being built? We're done with the pillars, we're starting now with the themes. And we have here, yes, now from the start, we have here built around 3 themes. We can see a vibrant society, a thriving economy, and an ambitious nation. So we have here, these are the 3 themes. And then we have outlined and discussed some important elements of these themes. So here, it is something that you can do. You don't have to take my answers. It's just about to highlight the words that you feel that they are connected with your personal view of the vision. So just for example, we have here, the words that I highlighted are prosperity, sophisticated, consolidate, national values and principles, world class, non-profit sector, initiative, responsibilities, fulfill our Islamic, human, and moral duties, safeguard. Yes, let's just go back. So here, these words you can relate with your own interests, the projects that you know, the points of view that you have discussed before and you know very well. So you can choose either, you can take my words and you can add, you can change them. So but it has to be from the article that we have here, because it is the basic thing that you will depend on within your writing. Okay, so before we start with the writing part, there is just to look at the use of the active and passive voice in the text, which is used most often and why. Now, do you remember we mentioned before in Unit 2 about using the passive and the active in the writing part? We said that if you are using the passive, which means that the subject or who did the action is not important, which means that I am focusing on the action that is done. But if I use the active voice, it is very important who or what did the action that we have. So here, this is a question that you have in the book, which means that it is very important, especially in a topic that is full of achievements, like the topic of the vision. So the answer at the beginning, the first sentences is in the passive voice at the beginning of the text, to show that by a particular point, 2030, these plans will have been correctly implemented and finished. So I am interested in the plans, okay? And then after that, active voice is used more often, because this is done in order to show that the people of Saudi Arabia, who did it, who is responsible for the vision, who is developing, who is building, who is planning, the people of Saudi Arabia. So here it is more important to know with the action who did it. So here, and we have here that the people of Saudi Arabia are planning, developing, and implementing change and improvements deliberately and with foresight and effective organization rather than happening by chance. Okay, now it's your turn. What you are going to do, you are going to choose a main development. You can choose the examples, any kind of example or any kind of project that you have in mind which is related to one of the points that we mentioned in the text, and you are going to write about it. So let's see, we have here, Number 1, choose one development in the text which will have been completed by 2030. So it is within the vision plan. Number 2, think about the impact this development will have on both your personal life and on society. Write your ideas in the organizer. So there is a kind of table or an organizer that you can just write some ideas in it. But see how the book said it is something very important to write about something that has an impact on your personal life. So something that you are interested in, something that you think that you may be involved in the future, something that you can change or you can be a part of in the future. So choose one of the developments and you have to show what is the impact on you before the society. Then we have number 3, write an essay presenting your ideas and give some examples. So basically, we have the outline here. This is the table that you have here, or the organizer. There are the 3 parts that you have to apply within your writing. The first one is the development that will have taken place by 2030. The second, the impact on my life, which is your life. And then we have in number 3, the impact on society in general. So note that you have to include all 3 parts within your writing. Okay, now coming to the writing corner, and you do have the same points in your book in the same lesson, page 42. So we are going to see what they have. We have when you write a personal essay which expresses your views. So before anything, you are not writing about the vision in general. You are writing about your personal point of view, about one side, one development in the vision. So first, make notes before you start writing to plan what you want to say. So just start, as I told you before, try to bring some kind of note, some kind of something just to write your notes on it. Just choose some words. Also, you can take from the text that we have here, the ones that you feel that they are related to your topic or your development. And when you have these words that you have chosen and you just wrote your notes, you can use them within the organizer. So to organize your thoughts into paragraphs, for example, describe the change in the introduction, use the main body to talk about the impact on you and the impact on society. So it's just like that, you're taking your notes and then you are just putting them in the right place within the organizer. After that, you will take the organizer and turn it into your writing essay. Include a conclusion to sum up your views or opinions, but don't include any new information in the conclusion. So when you are done, you have to have a small part, it's like you're closing up your essay. It's something very short, it doesn't have to be long, and note that it has to be something that is just like a summary of what you have said before. You do not add something new within the conclusion. Be creative, but focused on the topic. It's your chance to write about something that interests you. So you can be creative, you can suggest some things, you can show what you are thinking about, but you have to focus on the topic itself. You don't have to be objective about it, of course, and we have here address your audience directly. You are talking to the audience about your ideas. That's why use I narration as I think and I feel. So once again, I remind you that you are talking about your own personal point of views. So you have to refer to yourself. Include examples. We have here personal anecdotes, thoughts, interpretations, or ideas. Try to get your point across as clearly as possible. Do not repeat yourself. You don't have to go on and on about the same idea. So we have here, these are the main points that you have here in the writing. You can just apply them. And also you can connect by the things that you have learned in Unit 1 and Unit 2, with Unit 3. You can you take the basic things that you have learned and apply them within the new topic that you have. So what did we do here? We discussed achievements in general that we have in Saudi Arabia, which is, of course, our vision. We read and listened at the same time the text that we had, enumerated pillars and themes that we have, highlighted developments. So all the words that I highlighted, or you can also have done your share, these are kinds of developments that you will use in your own writing. And at the end, organizing writing steps to help you for your own writing that you can apply. Now you have the basic idea. As we said, it has to be something personal to you. Just keep it organized and stick to the main idea. And I am very excited for your shares and your own opinions and point of views. So we have here, this is the writing lesson. Start with your writing, and we will also start tomorrow with a new lesson, which is also connected to our basic theme. See you soon.